So this is kind of random, and I honestly don't give a rat's ass about what kind of views I get on this video. I'm kind of making this one specifically just to something one of my friends got me thinking about, because he is very rightly skeptical of the government, regardless of who's in it, and for good reason too. Like, I like a lot of the things I see, but and again, I totally refuse to talk about the two huge issues that everybody knows that kind of pisses off Republicans with MAGA and Trump. And I just don't, I will eventually talk about it, and I don't disagree with the people that are pissed. It does bother me too. But I'm so fucking sick of those two issues. But also, I know what it looks like, and it probably is what it looks like, to be totally honest, if I'm being completely intellectually honest, but I hate thinking that, and I don't know, though, either, because my pushback on a lot of this is intelligence. Now, I know none of us have a positive opinion of the CIA, historically, and I'm not saying that they just instantly got their shit together and are rah-rah doing the right thing, but the world is an awful place in a lot of places. It's also a beautiful place. I mean, but there's like, you got to be a realist about life. And when you're president of the United States, you become privy to God knows what kind of horrible information, or things that none of us will ever know, that most people don't know, that only the most powerful people and probably the assets and the people who garner intelligence and shit like that will ever know. A lot of the crazy stuff that probably does really go on. I mean, if you don't think that there really are threats and things that these people have to deal with that we just don't hear about, my point is, and I'm not trying to justify you know what, but also, don't underestimate the power of people being informants or bigger fish to fry, or who knows. I am not saying it, but my point is, we really don't effing know. We don't. And I'm getting so many other good signals about so many other things that it's just like, what do you really want? I mean, I get it. But also, I was tempering my expectations from the beginning, so maybe that feels like why mine have been exceeded, because I didn't vote until 2024. I mean, I did vote in the past, but not for either mainstream party. And I regret, on principle, not voting for Trump in 16 and 20. But I had just totally given up on the entire political process in this country. Not that I was apathetic. I cared. I just really thought it was a lost cause. And I'm still not convinced that it isn't. But I just see so much historically unprecedented sort of things coming from this administration, being Republicans especially. Nobody has ever stood up to the left establishment in my life. Even when I was more sort of in tune with liberal causes and shit, I will never say I was a Democrat, because I was not. I've literally never casted a vote for a Democrat in my life. But I did, and still do, have a couple, there's not every single thing that liberalism ever did was a bad thing. But just like most people, I feel like the political landscape shifted beneath me, and if you're a rational person, this isn't even a decision. It wasn't hard. The hardest thing was sifting through all the information and actually taking the time to realize how much things had changed, because I always paid attention, and I went on the whole history bender and stuff, like during the pre-Trump period towards the end of Obama. So I was more educating myself than following politics and news in my spare time. But if you already have a scaffolding built up for many years, it doesn't take a lot to catch up, or to just, maybe once or twice a week spend an hour or two just at least keeping yourself somewhat informed. And that's kind of what I did for a while. I never entirely let myself just go full dark and just try to be a normie. Like, I can't do it. But I feel like there is a real quickness to just assume that everything is what you think it is as soon as you see it, and just pass judgment because it looks bad. And in reality, shit is so obfuscated, and these people have thrown so much shit at the walls. How many times has Donald Trump ended up being right when everybody said he was crazy? Even Republicans. I did it so much. And eventually I got to the point where it's like, okay, I'm just going to shut my fucking mouth, because Trump was right about everything. I mean, as far as we've been able to prove stuff and it comes out, and I mean, fuck.